Okay, we're at our local dealer. They sell Stihl handheld products. They sell Honda push mowers, Hustler, zero turn mowers, and Toro. And I just want to go over with you some things that we looked at when we selected a dealer to partner with, and not just buy equipment. We've been purchasing equipment here for over 10 years. We've purchased, I think, upwards in the upper 30s as far as zero turn mowers over the past couple years. Hundreds of pieces of Stihl equipment. One thing that when we were searching for a dealer, we looked at was, you can see behind me, they've got all of these mowers out front. They keep a lot of inventory. They don't just have one or two units out front and then you go in there and they say, well, I've got to order this or I've got to order that. When you pull up to our dealer, I mean, they've just got rows of mowers. They keep a lot of parts in stock. You can tell this is a big dealer that moves a lot of equipment. I'm not saying that a small dealer can't give you great service if he's in your area, but some things that I would watch out for are a dealer that carries 5 or 6 or 7 different mower brands. When you go in and you ask him what's the best mower, how is he going to tell you out of 5 or 6? Why does someone need to carry 5 or 6 or 7 different brands to have the best mower? So like I said, our dealer carries 2. They think that both of them have their strong points, so that's why they carry those 2 brands. They don't carry any other brands. So the first thing is, when you pull up, you want to make sure that the dealer, when you buy a mower, because I mean these mowers are, you know, 8, 9, 10,000 up to, you know, 14, 15,000. You want to make sure that when you buy a mower, that dealer is going to be around and they've got your back. And if a dealer only has a couple of mowers in stock and you're buying several units, you know, that's something that you want to think about. We're going to actually go inside and see if we can get with Derek. He is the outdoor power equipment sales manager, I guess is what you would call him here at Ron Ayers. We are in Eastern North Carolina, and they are one of the largest Hustler dealers in our part of the, I guess, country. So yeah, let's go inside and see if we can snag them. Okay, so we are here with Derek at Ron Ayers Motorsports in Greenville, North Carolina. This is the area that we service. And so we showed you what they look like outside, how they've got all their mowers set up. I mean, this dealer means business. Another thing we chose them is this guy knows everything about Hustler.
Gives me a lot of credit.
So what are, say what's the top 3 things someone needs to look at when they're trying to figure out what kind of dealer to select?
Kind of the same similar things you look at with any business. Look at the outside of their dealership. Look at the inside of their dealership. Does it look like they care? You know, is their product priced? Is their product out on display? Is there a lot of product? Do they only have 1 or 2 of each model? Or do they look like they're in the business to be in business?
Well now, okay,
So,
I've come in here and tried to buy stuff and y'all hadn't had it, but y'all sold like 10 in one day.
Yeah, there's a little difference when you ran out of stock and then you never had it on the floor to start with.
Okay, I just want to preface that.
Yeah. So
the first thing is just dealer layout, how they're set up.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the second thing?
Second thing, guys, is you know, when you look at your dealers, I know when you look up like a Stihl dealer, there's different classifications. So like we're listed as an IMO specialist dealer, where they can maybe be listed as an elite status dealer.
Oh yeah, there's like a little
Yep.
icon or symbol.
Yes, those little icons, there's a lot of effort on the dealer side to get those little icons. And they're a lot more than just icons. It's a representation of how much the dealership is committed to the brand and the customer.
Because yeah, okay, so I've noticed that, and y'all have a bunch of plaques where you're Kawasaki.
So Toro, Hustler, most mower manufacturers, no matter who it is, what brand it is, because I get a lot of people that get hung up on it's a brand that makes, you know, that makes the mower. And it's really not, guys. We're proud to have the brands that we have here. We have some great brands that we feel are the best in the business.
And that's what we said. You got 2, Hustler and Toro.
Yeah. Toro's the, you know, one of the oldest companies in the business since 1914. Hustler since 1964. Stihl since 1926. These are really old brands that have been committed to this industry for a long time. But you know, your dealer may have another brand, and you don't not get it just because we say it's on a brand we sell. look at what your dealer does. If that dealer gives strong support, you'll notice that the people around you are buying those brands. So if everybody in your area is buying a certain brand, there's probably a reason to that, and it's probably because of the dealer.
Okay, so the second thing is if they are, I guess, trained, certified.
Yep, and there's things you can look for. Like we happen to be one of the only EETC master certified dealerships in the country.
And
that's
what is that?
It's a national recognition of basically small engine or power equipment. It's kind of a certification in that industry. Or in this industry. Most guys, I know I've mentioned that before, and other dealerships even looked at me like deer in headlights. So I don't expect every dealer's going to have that, but if they do have that, you can rest assured that they have a technician in the back that knows what he's doing.
So if they're a steel dealer in there, what's the hat that you get?
Like myself, I'm a master certified technician. With steel, most steel dealers are steel qualified dealers, so they have to have at least a minimum of a silver qualified technician on hand. But silver qualified, it's a great program, but it's an open book test. A master certification, that's a hands-on training and hands-on diagnostics, and they don't just pass everybody in that class.
Okay. So it sounds like the second most important thing is that dealer is investing in themselves to train.
Yeah, train employees, train staff.
So what's the third thing?
Third thing is
I know it's hard because there's a lot, but what would be like?
One of the things that people notice a lot when they come in here, because we do get busy, and people say, oh, well, you need to hire more people. Well, this is a seasonal business, so we try to run a real thin staff. Everybody has multiple jobs. If you go into a dealership and they are busy, if it's the heat of the summer and the spring, guys, and you go in there and it's crickets, it's probably not where you want to be. Now everybody has a slow time of day, and I understand that. But if you go in there and people are generally excited and people are in and out the door, that's probably a good place to be.
So if they're moving product, if you go in there and they're moving mowers, you don't want to go in a dealer that has a mower that's been sitting for a year and they can't sell.
If you go into a dealership and it's dusty, it's dirty, it's not organized, there's dust on the equipment, they probably put the same effort into their service department.
Okay. So that sounds like those are three things that are, I would say the first 5-10 minutes you go in a dealership, if you look for those three things, that'll kind of give you a good basis on do you want to do business there or not.
Exactly.
One of the things for us is not necessarily, we buy Hustler because Derek sells it. If Derek was to have sold another brand of mower, red, green, orange, whatever, we would probably buy that brand because of support. So for us,
the common denominator is the service.
Yeah, Derek didn't say three, and this isn't something that you can see when you first walk in, but for us is service. They have a loaner program, which I don't know if a lot of dealers participate in that. Parts, it's pretty, I think industry standard overnight parts.
Yeah, usually most manufacturers are 1 to 2 business days on parts. For us being closed on Monday, sometimes we have to prepare a little bit more for that. But yeah, most manufacturers are 1 to 2 days on parts. If you have a guy that's telling you it takes 2-3 weeks to get a part, now we all understand those back order situations. I hate them too when we get into them because I'm out of control there. That's understandable, but if consistently it takes 2 to 3 weeks to get parts, that's probably more of the fault of the dealer than it is the manufacturer.
And this is something, Derek might make me cut this out, but we believe in buying OEM parts.
Yes.
All of our Hustler parts, all of our steel parts, and Derek, and this is the part you might make me cut out.
I'm a big advocate of OEM parts. So
Derek understands that if he prices a part 3 times the price of a knockoff filter, but here our dealer, we're lucky that he works with us on that, and we get great pricing on parts.
We try to pass down our discounts to our customers. That's not something that every dealer does, but it's the stance that we've taken on.
I've been in other dealers where you go in and you ask for another brand filter, and all they carry is the aftermarket knockoff, and they say, oh, the original stuff's too expensive. We don't do that. We want to use original equipment filters. Yeah. And it's one way that we can support our dealer.
Yep.
Because if you buy a mower, you might keep it a couple of years depending on your size of your operation. But parts, that's one way you can keep supporting your local dealer.
Yep.
Before you buy a mower, I would suggest you sit down with the guy that's going to do the service, because whoever sells you a mower, they hand you the keys and they kind of walk away. Where they service it, that's what really matters. Your mower's gonna spend more time getting serviced if something breaks than it ever did in the showroom. So you want to make sure that they can actually service what they sell.